All right, Pam Jungi, welcome. I'm glad to have you on here. Uh, I know you're a commercial broker in the Vegas market, right?
Yes, sir. Thanks for
Right.
having me, James.
Yeah, right on. Well, I wanted to just talk about your experience as a boutique commercial brokerage owner, um, and then your experience coming over to eXp and why, all those kinds of things. So, take it away.
Absolutely. It's a lot to unpack. And you're taking me back 5 years, right? So you bring up all of this like PTSD. Just kidding. So, I mean, my story is really pretty simple. I mean, I've been in commercial real estate since I was 17 years old, straight
Wow.
from high school, graduated at 17. I went to work for a hard money lender. I had no idea what any of that even was. I just knew I fell in love with the real estate industry. So I became a CCIM, which is a certified commercial investment member, obtained my real estate license, and I gradually went from uh, lending in commercial real estate to selling commercial real estate, which is really my passion and my love. For 15 years before moving over to eXp, I owned my own boutique brokerage. And for anybody who has ever owned a boutique brokerage, they know the pain and the suffering, and you wear about 20 different hats, and it's a 24-hour day, 7 days a week. There's nothing to scale. There's nothing large or grand about a small boutique brokerage. So I mean, it was a little difficult, but it was definitely a labor of love, and I enjoyed it. However, I mean, January 1st would roll around, and I was several $100,000 in the hole. I mean, literally just in payroll, bookkeeping, building maintenance, all of that was on me. So it was great and it was wonderful. But, with technology, I could see that things were changing, right? Things were shifting. I
Yeah.
mean, for me to be able to provide a great CRM to my 10 agents that worked underneath me, it was like $700 to $1,200 per agent to get them just that one tool that they needed, right?
Yep.
um, CoStar's not willing to deal with you when you got 10 accounts. They might give you a small discount every month, but it's nothing on scale to the size of eXp. But so fast forward, and about 5 years ago, a friend of mine who was on the eXp Realty side said he knew that I was going to be a hard sale. Right? I loved my company. I was a workaholic, and I enjoyed what I did, and I was very proud of my company. We
Yeah.
did a lot of great business in Las Vegas. I mean, some of our clients were actually the city of Las Vegas. We represented the city of Las Vegas in obtaining land to expand the monorail. We were heavily involved with the expansion of the Culinary Union's health district and helping them purchase land. So we're very proud of what we had accomplished in 15 years owning this brokerage. But he says, you've got to give me 15 minutes, just 15 minutes of your time. I promise you, I'm going to put something in front of you that's going to blow your mind.
Hmm.
I was like, all right, Joe, you got 15 minutes. Well, I think we were in 5 minutes, and I stopped him and I was like, I get it. And he was still expecting me to, like, be like stonewalling him, and he's like, wait, 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 I've got more. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I get it.
Yep.
I get it. I go, you're telling me I can transfer all the risk, I can transfer the liability, I can remain anonymous, I can bring my people with me, and we could start transacting at a very high level for $250 a month and no headache. I'm in.
Yeah.
Sign me, like, sign me up.
Yep.
So literally our tech fee on the eXp commercial side, which is a completely different company than eXp Realty, and a lot of people don't know that. You've got the I call it like the main umbrella of eXp World Holdings. And underneath the eXp World Holdings, you have eXp Realty, eXp Commercial, and Verbella. And Verbella is the platform for our world.
Yeah.
So eXp Realty and eXp Commercial have their own EIN numbers, have their own managing brokers. So with eXp Commercial, we pay a tech fee of $250 a month. The most we'll ever pay to the house is $20,000 a year. And I only ever had to pay transaction fees in the amount of $20,000 one year because I was actually able to icon, which is a higher producing income level. But
Yep.
when you get to certain income levels, eXp Commercial will actually award you back that $20,000 you paid in transaction fees in stocks, which ain't a
Amazing.
bad.
It's awesome.
It's not a bad gig.
No,
Uh,
I wanted
so
to
it's
point out too, even though they're separate, we still can communicate like through Workplace, which is kind of a Facebook intranet, right? And so I'm always reaching out to commercial brokers because I'm not a commercial broker myself, but I partner with brokers. So I'm constantly feeding leads to them and asking them questions. So it's not like we're totally separate, right?
No, we are literally we collaborate like no other company. Listen, if
Yeah.
you were with CBRE or Colliers or one of these other, big box firms, and they're behemoths. I mean, these companies have been around forever and they're literally the gold standard in the industry today for commercial real estate firms, bar none, honestly. However, if I were with Colliers and I had a need in another state, my broker would not let me transact in that state. My broker would call the broker for the Colliers in that state. The two of them would figure something out. I'd be lucky to get a referral fee.
Yeah.
With Workplace, what you're talking about, I simply go on Workplace into that state's group and I can either send a lead or receive a lead.
Yeah.
It's literally how I feed my new guys. That's how we feed them and train them is through leads that come in off of Workplace.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
yeah.
It's
Yeah. The
absolutely
residential side too. Yeah.
yes. It keeps my residential arm just as busy. So the collaboration is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I've only been with eXp. I've never been with another company. So I lucked out. I mean, I did my research. Me and my business partner in Real Home Solutions, we spent a year
Mm,
kind of getting our heads around all the different types of brokerages and interviewed a few different people within eXp because it, it matters who you join with, right? Um,
absolutely.
because you want to have the support and the network within your group that you join. But I just kept coming back. It's like, even though I was new, I'm like, this makes so much sense, you know? And now that I've been in it and I talk to people like yourselves who were either independents or had their own boutique brokerage and saw the other side, the traditional side coming over and hearing people like yourself go, the collaboration, like just gushing about how different and better it is, it's like, reminds me, I made, made a good choice.
Really good choice. I almost feel like it's kind of leveling the playing field on the commercial brokerage side. You know, in on the residential world, we'll figure out what's happening, right? We have these big class action lawsuits, and it's going to fundamentally probably change how commissions are paid. There could be a huge attrition. Who knows? I mean, we've got 700 MLSs across the nation. We really don't know the fate of, NAR and MLSs across the nation. These could be good changes, bad changes, who knows? However, what I will say on the commercial end, it really is kind of a good old boy network in Las Vegas,
Mhm.
right? So I would say 75% of the high level commercial real estate transactions that have happened in Las Vegas have happened off market.
Mhm.
So when you can kind of like level the playing field in a commercial brokerage where those tools that you need to be successful at a very high level are available to you at such a low price and you are now competitive. You are 100% competitive with the big box brokers for a
Yeah.
nominal fee because listen, EXP can scale things. When you have 90,000 agents and you go to a company and you say, I need 90,000 accounts, you're going to be able to get them for a fraction of the price,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So it's just this. Glenn Sanford's incredible, right? Like he had a vision, he built the vision, he worked the vision, he lived the vision. And I'm really grateful for that vision because my business has changed fundamentally. Even being in the industry for 30 some years, I've never been more successful than I am now. And I actually get to be transactional again. I don't have to do so much administration and babysitting.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you nailed it on the head right there, right? Like anybody
Yeah.
brings over a small brokerage. or even a big brokerage or a franchise, they're like, oh, like this weight's lifted, right? So we just call our transaction people and compliance people and let them deal with it. And our managing brokers, yeah,
Yeah, and the cool thing is like I have never been involved with a company that has had more accessible leaders. Like our leaders are so accessible, all the
yep,
way from the C-suite, all the way down to those people working our transactions on the back end.
hmm,
Everybody's friendly, everybody's helpful, everybody's solution oriented. It's pretty interesting.
yeah, yeah,
It's a great way to do business.
yep. It's so hard not to gush about it. You know, like people from the outside are like, yeah, they're just trying to get us to drink the Kool-Aid. I'm like, frick, the Kool-Aid's delicious. Like,
Exactly.
I get it.
I'll put a little vodka in that Kool-Aid. It's great.
Totally.
Come on over to my side. We're having fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
cool. Well, hey, do you have anything else to add? I mean, I think we kind of covered the
You know,
basics.
we totally covered the basics. It's just, I mean, there's so much, there's a lot of reasons to be here. And I think because there is so much, sometimes it's overwhelming, right?
Right.
There's a lot of moving parts and pieces to eXp Realty and eXp Commercial, and I probably don't even know them all. I just know that, what I need and what supports me is available to me. But yeah, anybody, you could reach out, ask me any questions. I'm an open book, completely transparent. If anybody has any more questions or wants some more information.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, I appreciate you just, I mean, I reached out to you. Boom, you're like, yeah, let's do this. Let's chat. Very
Yeah,
just
now I have a
open.
new connection.
Yeah,
It's
it's great.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you having me.
thanks. Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.